on. I'll get back on the road. What's up, guys? Paramoto here. How are you guys doing today? Today I am doing fantastic. Just coming from the Harley dealer. If you saw my last vlog, you know why I was at the Harley dealer. I just want to talk about that real quick on today's vlog. A big ass Amazon truck. So guys, my last vlog got me a little bit of heat, talking about going to a Harley, you know, it being sacrilege and all that stuff and whatnot. But I'll be honest with you guys, I just really wanted to address the fact that Panigale is not going anywhere. And if we add a Harley to the garage, Superbikes and Panigales aren't going to go anywhere. Well, Topic Tuesdays and vlogs will probably still be done on the Panigale just to get you guys your Panigale content that you crave. I'm just looking for something a little bit different that fits my needs, you know? It doesn't change the fact that the Panigale is still my dream bike. It always has been my dream bike since I started sport bikes, and they're really not going anywhere, like I said. The older that I get, the more that I see good in everything, you know? Like, if you would have taken 25-year-old me and told him that, you know, most likely you're gonna have a Harley in your garage one day, I'd probably tell you that you're crazy, you know? I'd be like, ah, dude, you're batshit. The older that I get, the more I appreciate everything, you know? Like, no, I like sport bikes and I also like cruisers. I like dirt bikes and also dual sports, you know? Like, I like a little bit of everything now, instead of just being really narrow-minded. Man, that even goes for like music and stuff. You would have taken 25-year-old me, it's punk rock or nothing, you know? Nowadays, I like punk rock. I also like a little bit of country. I also like jazz. I also like some classical. I have respect for everything now. There's no reason. I mean, there's no reason to not like everything and not really just try to get a well-rounded experience, you know? I'm not going to sit here and say anything bad about the Panigale. The Panigale is a great motorcycle. I love it. That being said, it's still a super bike. It's still uncomfortable because all super bikes are uncomfortable. It's just a degree of how uncomfortable each bike is, to be honest with you. This one, it doesn't break my wrists, but it kind of hurts them, to be honest with you. You know, it doesn't kill my back, but it kind of hurts my neck. So they're all on a spectrum of being uncomfortable. And if you're really planning on doing some big long road trips, or trying to just be in general comfortable while you're riding, Superbikes may not be for you. There's a bike for you, but Superbikes just might not be it. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with riding a bike that meets what you want to do with it, you know, that meets your criteria, what you desire. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. El Camino! Oh man, somebody smells like weed. Oh. You know, honestly, there comes a time in your life with your interests, your hobbies, you know, maybe even your personality, that honestly your values or your interests or your morals might veer off a little bit to something different. And it's okay. It's okay to branch out and do different things, you know? Like, look at like artists and musicians. Like, if you look at like the very first Nirvana album, which is Bleach, all the way to like In Utero, very different. Then you got some bands, like look at like OAR. OAR is now a pop band, and they started as like a rock reggae band. Like, it's okay to change. It's okay to change. It's okay to be different. You can have a well-rounded motorcycle experience without being a traitor, you know? But I'll be honest with you, when I started riding, I was a big sport bike fan. And then I got into super sports, and all of the road tripping went away. All of the going out for days on end, just riding a motorcycle, all that went away. When I started riding super bikes, all of the stuff that I love so much about riding started kind of going away. And like, I get a little taste here and there of it, and that's what keeps me riding. But really, the things I love most about motorcycling is being by yourself on the road, just doing what you love to do, you know? And it's not like you can't road trip on a Panigale. That's not true. You can, and people have done it, but you need an iron constitution to do so. It hurts, to be honest with you. And again, like I'm saying, like, yeah, it hurts to ride a Panigale, but it hurts to ride every super bike, you know, after a certain amount of time. But I mean, I guess it hurts to ride any sort of bike eventually. You know, even the most comfortable cruiser, you can't ride forever, you know? So it's like, I'm not dogging sport bikes, I'm not dogging Panigales or anything at all. Just the fact that, you know, maybe there's another aspect of riding that I'm missing out on by having only one super bike and not having something that's capable of other things. I've also found as I've gotten older that, you know, things on me are starting to become weaker and easier to hurt, you know? My hands feel like I have arthritis. My wrists hurt because if you look at how I ride, a lot of times my wrist is like this, you know, and it's just kind of constantly pushing up like that. Have you ever done a push-up, bad form? That's kind of how it feels. all the time. And like if I grab something and I twist my wrist that way, so if I keep my hand like still and twist my wrist, I'm constantly getting pops and cracks and moans and groans out of it. And it's just like, I'm gonna end up with arthritis if I don't break up riding with another sort of motorcycle. I need something to break up the miles a little bit, you know? I've gone so far as I took off the $300 comfort seat on this bike, which has an extra like 1.5 inches of padding, I think it's 1.5 inches, and I put the race seat back on. The race seat is really ergonomic. Like, it feels like you're, you know, it's hard as a rock, but it's really ergonomic. You almost fit in it like a set of like wooden clogs, you know? Like, they might fit you perfectly, but they're hard as a rock. That's kind of how this seat is. Like, as long as you're not riding more than an hour or two, you'll be fine. That comfort seat is raising me up, so I'm putting more weight on my wrists. So I'm trying to do stuff to get me more comfortable on this bike, you know, and just hurting so much every single ride. Really, there's nothing wrong with liking Harleys. There really isn't. There's nothing wrong with wanting to experience a totally different side of motorcycling. You know, and it's like, I don't feel bad about it at all. Like, if I traded in the Panigale for a Harley, I'd probably feel pretty bad about that. But right now, I don't feel bad at all about the fact that I want to add a Harley to the garage. At the end of the day, I think the sport bike culture in my area, I'm not really a huge fan of. I'm not really a huge fan of Harley culturally either. Like, the sport bike culture, like, is go get a group ride as fast as you can in certain areas, do really dangerous things, and it's like, I'm just over that. Like, I'm not that person anymore. If you would have given me this bike when I was 25, I probably would have killed myself, and that's why you should probably wait to get your dream bike. You know, the group ride culture where I'm at is not very healthy, to be honest with you. Man, back in the day, like when I used to live in Cleveland, like even the sport bike culture there was really dangerous. There was times where we went a total circle around the outer belt line in Cleveland, probably a solid 45 minute drive. We did it in like 20. I remember like being in a turn, just like leaned over, just super far, going over 100 miles an hour for like 10 minutes at a time. Just like, wow, this is really dumb. This is really dumb. I don't know why I'm still doing this. This is dumb. And then you got the Harley culture, which is more chill, but I think it's kind of lame. You know, some of it can be kind of lame as well. So it's like, I gotta find a niche, but it will open up an entire different side of motorcycling to me if I have a Harley, you know? Easy customizations that are generally cheaper. Stuff that's not gonna void my warranty or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. I feel like that side is almost a better fit for me right now in this point of my life. I need something more comfortable. I want to do road trips, and I want to go on chiller rides. You know, right now I think it would be nice to have a bike that fits that need. Even though you can ride a Panigale slow, it's not going to like you, but you can ride it slow. I don't know, guys. I hope you guys are cool with that. I hope you guys are cool with us changing the format just a little bit and being a more open, encompassing, welcoming motorcycle group, moto family. You know, like I just want to do more. I want to do more stuff with motorcycles. I want to expand my knowledge and my passion for motorcycles further. I hope it's not like a hard pass if a Panigale isn't on today's video, you know? And if it is, like, I'll still ride, and I'll give you the 2 or 3 videos a week that I do. Most of my other riding will probably be on something more comfortable. I would really, really love to go do my dream ride. My dream ride, I'm going from Raleigh to Jacksonville to New Orleans to Houston to Austin to Phoenix to LA and on up to Seattle, up the Pacific Coast Highway, having a blast. If I did that on this bike, I think I would have to stop and get tires at least twice, you know? It's just not the machine for it, you know? There's nothing wrong with this machine, it's just not the machine for it, you know? Sometimes you need a hammer, sometimes you need a drill. Like, there's 2 totally different things, and there's nothing wrong with either one of them. On a bright note, it finally warmed up. It's 72 degrees finally in May. Dudes, it has been wild how cold it's been. Like, the week and last week has been like 60 degrees and rainy. Like, it's actually kind of like spring. It's the coldest spring I've had so far since I've been in Raleigh. I've been in Raleigh now for going on like, I think like 6 years. It's been a while. Been a minute. I love this place. I love North Carolina. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget that we are doing viewer video suggestions Friday. Leave a comment down below of any video that you want to get made. Other than that, guys, thank you again. Deuces.